Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Coffee Chug, and in this episode we're going to be talking about how to help you and your students can be adults or kids depending on what you're teaching, understand how circuits and a simple switch work. And in this case we're going to be making a popsicle stick LED flashlight that works just like so. So before we get into the making, I want to introduce my counterpart. This is Awesome Ava. You may know us as Awesome Ava and Dorky Dad, and we're going to take you through this process. She's actually going to be making one so you can see that kids can do this work. So let's get started and take a look at the materials that you're going to need for this project. Alright, so Ava's going to demo here. We'll get a little bit closer so you can actually see the materials. What we're going to need. The first thing that we're going to need is a popsicle stick. As you can see here, the jumbo large ones are ideal. You're also going to need a 3-volt watch battery, a little coin cell battery. Okay, just like so. You're going to need a binder clip. A medium size or small works as well. You're then going to need some copper tape. That's Scotch tape. Copper tape, metal tape.
Oh.
There you go. That's going to be what we're going to use for our circuits. We're going to need some tape that's not conductive, so Scotch tape works really well. As you can see here, most of us have that in our classroom. You're going to need some copper wire. In our case, we don't have it exposed, so we're going to use a couple other tools to show you how to strip the wire so we can get that connection, which is why we have these two tools here. And you're going to need just a small amount of hot glue, which we have warming up right there. And finally, you're going to need your flashlight color. So you need to pick out your LED color of choice. So we've got red and blue. Which one are we going to go with?
Blue.
We're going to go with blue. So those are the materials. You can obviously check the show notes and the link to see all those things that you need with links to where we buy all these. And without further ado, let's get into the making.
Yeah.
Alright, so our first step, the first thing we got to do is we're going to take our binder clip. Like I said, you can use medium or small size, and we need to take one of these arms off of the binder clip. And the best way to do that, and this is where it might be good if you're working with younger children to do this ahead of time, because it can be a little tricky. You just kind of squeeze in, and these arms just kind of pop out. And it just pop out just like so. So we're going to have a binder clip with just one arm, as you see here. And then this piece, I don't know what you do with it, but you could upcycle it in your makerspace and use it for something else down the road. Once we have this binder clip with one arm, we're going to take the side that does not have the arm, this bottom side, and we're going to stick it onto the popsicle stick. So I'm going to also do this one. Unless you want to do it, Ava?
No thank you.
Okay. So this is use your own discretion. On the hot glue with your age and your school and your setting. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get the hot glue on this binder clip. Something to take note of, we're actually going to be running a copper wire through this hole here, so you want to make sure you don't get hot glue jamming all that up, so try to keep it to that if possible. So I'm just going to dab some on here.
Yeah, that's why I don't do it, because I don't want to get burnt again. I still have a scab.
And we're just going to stick that on there like so, let it dry, and you can kind of adjust this down a little bit, give yourself some room, just kind of play it by ear. And while we got that going, we're just going to set this aside here, and we're going to get our wire ready. So if you already have wire exposed, you can skip this step. But what we need to do is get a little bit of wire. If you look here, we're going to run some wire that's going to run to the back side to create our circuit. So I'm going to just cut off a little bit of wire here.
What's this for?
Those are our wire strippers. And we're actually going to get it in a way so we can twist it. So what I did was I just cut, let's see what we've got here. About 4 inches of wire. Seems to work pretty well, give us enough of what we need. We can always trim back what we don't. And so we just got to peel off and get all this insulation off the wire, which can be a little tricky sometimes. You're not going to be able to get it all off in one shot. You're going to kind of work in segments. And so we kind of work through this here. And we just got this little inside part here, which can be a little tricky. So I might need to grab another tool here.
And this is what it will look like when you cut it off, the blue.
And in your workshops, you may want to have this. You can buy a wire that doesn't have installation, so you can bypass this step. But just in case you don't, this is going to be a reality for a lot of classrooms. This is a great lesson to teach kids how to strip wire, or you can just do it ahead of time so it is not a huge burden. Once you got it, just like that, we have our copper wire.
Stay over here.
Okay, so what I'm going to have us do next, Ava, you can do this.
Oh no.
You are going to take that copper wire,
okay,
and you're going to run it. We're going to run it through this bottom set of holes down here. So go ahead and stick that through this bottom hole down there.
Oh, right here.
Yep. Okay, and once we have it all the way through, we're just going to kind of bend it down, and let's go ahead and twist those together.
This is hard. This is what you mean?
Yep. Keep twisting.
Trying to. It's hard for me.
Okay, so we'll just kind of keep twisting this here like a twisty tie on your bag of bread. Alright, and this is what's going to allow us to keep the current. Eventually it's going to go from the LED through our copper tape to here, through our binder clip, and this is going to be our on and off switch. So this will allow us going to be kind of conductive. So what we're going to do, as you can see here, we're going to run some conductive tape here, our copper tape, just down along the bottom side and just go right over this conductive piece here. So what we're going to do, yep, Ava, you are going to need, we need to grab a pair of scissors.
Pair of scissors. Let's grab a pair of scissors. These look good. These right here.
Okay. So we're just going to kind of measure the length of the popsicle stick so we can make that all covered up. So right around there. So a good little measuring lesson if you want to use that with kids. Or you can just kind of cut and peel. So go ahead and cut right there, Ava. Somewhere right in between between my two fingers here.
Right here?
Yep.
That's fun.
Alright. And then we're going to need actually another one of these. So let's just go ahead and we're going to need two strips. Let's just cut another strip there while we've got it. Perfect. Okay.
Pull off the back?
No, don't pull that one off yet. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take this copper tape. We're just going to run it along the popsicle stick. Alright, I'm going to have Ava finish this up here. We're going to get it kind of towards the end and then run that smooth so it goes over that wire that we just twisted. Okay, make it nice and smooth. And press it down nice and tight. Make sure it's really pressed on that wire really good. So just like that, go ahead and make sure it's all smoothed out, Ava. Got something a little funky over here.
Funky.
Alright, so go ahead and smooth that all out. Perfect. Okay. So now what we're going to do on the other side with this piece is we're going to run it, and you can see that we got extra, which is okay because we're actually, once we peel it, we're going to roll this back, the sticky part, because this is where the coin cell battery is going to stick. So what we're going to do here, and Ava, you got the battery ready?
Battery with yes right here. I got the battery.
Alright.
And then you get my color.
We'll do the LEDs next year. So we're going to run this, as you can see here on this popsicle stick, just like so.
And kids can do it.
But when we get close, we want to kind of get this to a point where our watch battery is going to end up where this clip goes. So as I'm just kind of measuring, I know it's a little hard to see. Let me get my fat fingers out of the way here. I'm looking to see where this was going to roll back, so when this clip pops down, it's going to land on the battery. So what I'm trying to do here is kind of form a sticky side of this tape, just like so, so the battery will land right on this clip. So I think that's going to be good right in there. So we're going to stick the flat. So on a battery, we've got the positive side and the negative side. The negative kind of has the lines on it. The smooth side is the positive. Okay, so we're going to stick the smooth side on that sticky part, Ava.
This part? This side.
The smooth side.
This side.
Yes. There we go. And we'll go ahead and check, make sure the clip lands on the battery. Oh yeah, good work, good work. Okay, so now we can do a quick little test. We're going to stick our LED light on the end here. So we have the positive side stuck to this circuit. So on our LEDs, we have the cathode and the anode, and so the long leg is positive and the short leg is negative. So you can talk with kids, participants, which side do we want? I'll give you the hint. There you go. We want the long leg on this side because that's where the shiny side's going. So Ava, we're going to go ahead and stick that, weave that on. Okay, why don't you pinch that? We'll test it before we tape it. So we'll go ahead and pinch it on both sides of that copper tape there. Hopefully it won't shock you. Ah! I'm just kidding. We've got some success there. So we know that our battery's working. So let's go ahead and get some Scotch tape there.
Some new brand of Scotch tape.
Tape that guy on.
I love blue. That's
Go ahead and
mosquitoes.
tape that guy on down. I'll hold him. You tape.
Kinda hot here.
Got it good?
Yep, I think I did. So then it'll turn into this.
Now
I gotta show you guys something. Let's turn off the light and
you stay there.
and then there's a flashlight. Woohoo!
You can light up your squishy toys. Oh.
I can
There you have it. We've got a very own little flashlight that we can use.
when it's dark out.
So,
That's how you turn it on?
so in our next concept, we're going to take this and we're going to jump into Minecraft and we're going to build a Minecraft model of a circuit and switch. And so what we've got going on here is this is the on and off switch. So the circuit's not complete. The electricity is stopping here and it can't actually complete the circuit. But when we bring this down,
With my finger in the way.
the current is able to go through the LED light, back around to this copper wire, to this binder clip which touches this, and now we've got this constant cycle. We have what's called a circuit. And we can break the circuit whenever we want by just simply raising the binder clip arm. So go ahead and raise that arm there, Ava.
What? We're gonna break the arm right
We're going
now.
to break the circuit. And now our light doesn't work.
This is an arm, and it broke its arm.
So we can connect that to light switches in your house and other types of things. This is basically how
If
it
your
works.
power came off, you can use that. You just need to make a ton of them.
So there's that. Now let's jump into Minecraft and see how we can build a similar project like that I call the Superhero Beacon Challenge.